Good morning, Fempreneurs. I'm really excited to introduce you. We're going to go live to chat about this really cool thing to do with the Dragon's Den. So where are you? Wow, I've got some fun hair happening right now. There she is.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Krista?
Good, good. It's Nicole.
Oh, sorry. Why am I calling you Krista?
That's okay. That's
Oh, I was
okay.
just chatting with a Krista in the DMs. This is not Krista. This is Nicole. Sorry, Nicole. Nicole
I was
Mackay.
like, people are gonna wonder why does she go by Nicole Mackay on her Instagram handle? But yes,
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Sorry
super
about that.
excited
Yeah.
to be here. All good.
Yeah,
How's
I'm
it
so
going?
excited. So CBC is launching a new virtual Dragons Den show. Tell us more about that.
Well, no, so we're actually just doing our virtual auditions currently. So,
Right,
because of
right.
COVID, as you can imagine, we used to travel across the country to, get to know a whole bunch of entrepreneurs across Canada. And we used to be able to go to all those cities and to meet everyone face to face. But for obvious reasons, we've had to shift to a virtual space. So, for the past couple of years, we've been doing virtual auditions. So as you know, I reached out to you to share to your network of lovely entrepreneurs as well, to let them know that our casting is now open. And so basically we are inviting people to apply online, fill out an application, send in a video of what your business is all about. And then, yeah, if it looks good, we'll get in touch with you and we'll set up a time to audition with myself or one of the other producers.
Wow. Okay. So where do people go to set up, like to submit their virtual, do they submit a video or something first? Like, how does it work?
Yeah, I mean, the video is optional, but we do encourage people to show us what the business or product is in some way, shape, or form. So videos are helpful for sure. All they have to do is go to our website. So it's cbc.ca/dragonsden/auditions. And
Okay.
there you will find a ton of information regarding how you can apply and the kind of format moving forward. So yeah, we are currently casting and we will be doing so until mid-April likely. And then we're
Okay.
filming in Toronto the first 2 weeks of May. So all people have to
Wow.
do is make it past the producers, and then the next step is live in the den in front of the dragons.
Oh my gosh. Live in the Den in Toronto. You're going to begin shooting mid-April or?
No, we'll be filming the first 2 weeks of May, but we're anticipating we'll have all of our pictures selected by mid-April, mid to end of April.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
I love that show so much. So this is such an honor to be able to even just like help, let some fempreneurs know about this. I know there's going to be some fempreneurs that see this, listen to it on the podcast and get in on it. So I'm really, really honored that you have chosen us as one of your
Of
ways of getting
course.
the message out there.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, as I said, a lot of the team is in Toronto, but I've been able to work remotely for the show from Calgary, which is where I'm from. So it's been nice to also be able to reach out to, people in this area and to get the word out because obviously there's a huge population in Ontario and it's kind of easier to get to the show if you're living in and around Toronto, but we want to encourage everybody from across the country, the north, the west, the east, everybody to apply and audition. And it's great to be able to represent Alberta and the west as well.
Yeah, go Calgary. Woo!
Yeah,
So we have a great
exactly.
question from Vivian. She said, what kind of businesses should apply? Like, do you want to give some examples of businesses that you think would be a good fit?
Yeah, I mean, any and all businesses and products are welcome, obviously. But we really are looking for innovation this season, a lot of, new twists on, old products or old businesses. We're always looking for something new and fresh and exciting. But yeah, there's really no limit. We've really seen it all when it comes to which products and businesses have applied. We're open to any and everything. So, and any stage of business as well, whether you have a patent on something and you're doing really well, or maybe you're just getting started and you have an idea and you don't really know where to take it. We welcome all stages as well.
Wow. Okay, that's fantastic. Now tell us a little bit about you. Like, how did you get involved with this project, and what are some of your passions around helping entrepreneurs succeed?
Yeah, great. Well, so I've been in television production for quite a while now, probably approaching 20 years now, which sounds
Wow.
crazy, but um, yeah, pretty much right out of high school, I knew I wanted to be in broadcasting. I used to want to do the flip side, what we're doing now, and I used to want to be on camera, but then I just soon realized that I really like the creative process as well and being behind the scenes and telling the stories from that perspective. So yeah, I've been able to work for a few different broadcasting and production companies. Worked for the Weather Network, CBC, obviously, some entertainment production companies in Calgary. So I've done a little bit of everything. My husband and I moved out to Toronto a few years ago, which is how I kind of got my foot in the door at CBC. And then we recently, well, we moved back here about 4 years ago. So I kind of said goodbye to the show. I was super sad to leave it, but you know, life happens. And so we ended up back here. But then again, with COVID, it was kind of like, hey, we're doing auditions from all over the country. Let's see what Nicole is up to. And so basically, I got a call, and here I am, and happy to be working from here.
Wow. Are you originally from Calgary or where are you from?
Yeah, born, well, not born here, but I moved here when I was about 4. So I'm pretty
Okay.
much Calgarian through and through. Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. We have a question. I'm not sure if you can answer this. Is it really the dragon's own money?
Well, if Tracy is asking about like the money that you see in the den on the tables, of course it's real money. And of course they're investing with their real hard-earned money. These are real dragons, real investors who are looking to partner with entrepreneurs from all across Canada. So, yes, it's very much a real thing. Thanks for your
That is
question, Tracy.
that is a good question, and it's so exciting. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the dragons that will be in this next season?
Yeah,
Like drop
so
some names?
we've yet to like confirm, but you know, if you've seen the show, you know that we have 5 awesome dragons from all scopes of different businesses as well. Our most recent and new addition to the den is Wes Hall, and so he really represents the, you know, BIPOC community, and he's really passionate about that and supporting entrepreneurs from all walks of life. Um, Manjeet Minhas, who also has some
Mhm.
Calgary connections as well, and Michelle Romano. I'm sure you've heard of Arlene Dickinson and Vincenzo Guzzo. So yeah, we've got a wide range of dragons. Whoever makes it onto the show obviously will know ahead of time who exactly they're pitching to, which, you know, is very exciting. Again, they'll be so once they're selected, they'll be paired up with a producer that'll really help walk them through and get them prepared, and you know, make sure that they know exactly who it is that they'll be presenting their pitch to.
Wow, that is so exciting.
Yeah,
So,
it's
so
awesome.
exciting. Okay, so do you want to tell us the website again of where people can learn more about this and maybe even submit their video and get into the process?
Yes, so again, it's cbc.ca/dragonsden/auditions. And yeah, you'll get a list. It's a questionnaire basically, just asking about who you are, where you're from, what your business is. And then yeah, once you've applied, we sift through all the applications. The ones that we feel would merit a virtual audition get an email, and then we set up a Zoom phone call with one of our great team of producers. And then yeah, you have a good 20-minute chat with a producer, and they will ask you a lot of those questions that you see on the den. So, you know, what your margins are, your projections, how much you've invested, why should the dragons care, and kind of your path moving forward, and how could you make your pitch the most visually entertaining pitch that you can imagine. Because as we say often, we are a TV show, so we want to make the pitches and the show itself very visually entertaining and visually appealing. So yeah, so for example, like if it's a food pitch, obviously we want to be able to have the dragons taste the food, but perhaps your angle is that it's a Thai cuisine, and so maybe you want to get some Thai dancers or something in the den. So, you know, to really think about outside the box how you can make it the most visually exciting pitch.
Cool, yeah. Like, how many years has the Dragon's Den show been on now? Do you know?
Yeah, this is season 17. So,
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
Yeah, so it
that is
actually
awesome.
premiered on my birthday in 2003, I believe it was. So yeah, it's really an institution in Canadian television. You know, we've changed a lot over the years, and it's always very topical as to what is happening in the world at the time. I mean, we've seen like businesses emerge from like, you know, not a very tech show to now it's like apps galore, and you know, just the business moving forward as a whole. We've seen so many changes. So the show is always really, really different season to season.
Okay. Wow. It's just so exciting. Okay,
Yeah.
so the show has been around for 17 seasons since 2003.
Oh, Molly
I
corrected me, 2006.
Oh, really? 2006. Wow.
Yeah,
That's still
yeah.
that's the year my son was born, and he just started driving a couple days ago. So that's a while.
There you go. I know.
I was going to ask you for some of your personal favorites from the Dragon's Den from since 2006. Like, what are some of the big success stories that you can remember that maybe some of the viewers right now maybe they're not Dragon's Den fans, maybe they've been kind of not watching for a few years. What are some of your favorite success stories?
Yeah, well, there's a few that we kind of mention in our Dragons Den alumni. So you might have heard of Nyx. You know, she really revolutionized the undergarment industry for women, and now she's gone into like, you know, more like a lingerie style and casual and comfort and all sorts of things. So she started on the show, got an investment. And also recently, True Local is a company that has, they basically supply like really high-end meats, and it's a subscription service that Michelle Romano invested in, and he recently sold the company for $16 million. So it's like we've seen a ton of these success stories come out of the den for sure. I have a few personal favorites that I've connected with as far as, you know, just someone that I've auditioned and that I've seen through to the show that has also done really well. An example is a gentleman named Terry, and he was from the Atlantic coast, and he was just, you know, salt of the earth kind of guy. He had a cleaning product, which, you know, seems kind of dry, but he had a really great story about like how and when he came up with the product, the people that he's helped along the way, and how this whole journey has really changed his life. So we are changing a lot of lives as we produce and, you know, create the show. So that's really the best part of it all.
Yeah, that is really cool. Well, thank you for sharing some of those examples. Is there anything else that you want to leave us with before we end this interview?
I mean, I would encourage if you're kind of teetering on like, I don't know if I'm ready, like take the leap, fill out the questionnaire and go through with the audition. Like you can learn a lot through just the process, even if you don't get selected. You can learn so much about yourself and your numbers and your business, and who knows, it might even like excite you to just like take your business just that much further this year because it's a goal that you want to try to reach. So I would just say, just take the leap. And then the other thing that we do say is during the audition, you really want to like bring the energy. The more energy you can give me about your business and product, the more I feel it and the more I can share it to the rest of the team, and the more that, you know, the better chance you have of appearing on the show and being in front of the dragons. So yeah, just, you know, get fear out of the way, take the leap, go for it. You never know where it's going to take you.
And like, how important is that video? I mean, this is coming from someone who preaches all the time. The video is like the top
Yeah.
priority, all marketing. But like, how important is the video in that submission of their, idea?
I mean, it'll help get you through the first like round of applications for sure. And it'll help get you to the actual audition process, because not everybody that applies will get an audition. So I would just say like the more you can provide in that initial application, the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. Is there anything else?
No, I mean, I would say if you're thinking about it, go for it. And also kind of the sooner the better, because we do have a certain amount of spots to fill. So if you wait too long, it might be too late. But I mean, that being said, our applications at the website that I gave you, cbc.ca/dragonsden, they're open year round. So you really can apply whenever you'd like.
Oh,
If you apply in the summer, you know, you're probably not going to hear from us for a few months. But, you know, the kind of outreach that we're doing right now is to really push people to apply for the next season. So if you've been thinking about it, now is the time.
Okay, that is amazing. Okay, thank you so much for reaching out. And this is such a great idea for you to hop on and share all this information. I've learned tons from you. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get this on the podcast sometime in the next 48 hours. So hopefully we'll get it out to more fempreneurs that way. And yeah, just thank you for all that you do to help, entrepreneurs bring their ideas and their passions out to the world. Really appreciate you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for everything that you do too, and for creating these strong leaders and women in business. It's very important. So we welcome that, obviously. And thanks for having me on and for sharing. It was great.
Yeah, it was awesome to meet you. I'm sure we'll chat again soon.
Sounds good. Thanks so much, Lyndsie.
Okay, have a great rest of your day.
You too.